Okay. Yeah. Come to the next tool. Okay. After this red eye tool, the next tool is a brush tool, right? In this category, after brush tool, there is a pencil tool and color replacement tool and mixer brush tool is there, right? The shortcut is B for all, right? So suppose we are on brush tool, right? So other tools, how to get the other tool? By pressing shift and B, the other tools on the same name, other tools also showing, right, in the same group, right? So don't forget, the tool has the same name, the same category. Use always shift on the shortcut name, right? Okay. First, let us check the brush tool, the B. Okay. Place the cursor there. It is showing a brush tool B in paints custom brush strokes, right? Paints custom brush strokes. Suppose see, this is the brush tool, default size. If you find here, if you observe here, there is an optional bar. Okay. In optional bar, there are brush size is there and hardness is there. Brush size can increase by moving this bar this and that side, and here the hardness means a stiffness, right? So you can always keep this in a 0, okay? And size you can increase and decrease, and these are the brushes. In default they are given these standard brushes, but as a digital painting artist, okay, as a concept artist, the more brushes you can download from the internet. So these are all my downloaded brushes, right? After downloading, we have to install those brushes into Adobe Photoshop, right? So I'll take one class how to download the brushes from the internet and install, right? So I'll explain these things later. So let us check first about this, the brushes. In brush category, we have general brushes are there and soft round brushes. In general brushes, we have soft round brush and hard round brush. What is soft round and hard round? By seeing this, the shape or the image, we are understanding this is, it has some stiffiness, right? It has some feather kind of the smoothness, right? And let's check how to do that one. So there is a shortcut to increase the brush size. So press the right bracket on keyboard, okay? So right bracket and keyboard I am pressing, so it is increasing the brush, and left bracket and keyboard decreasing, right? Okay. Take this color, any color. For example, here I am using red color for the display purpose, red display purpose, right? So apply here. See, this is just kind of a sprayness. So spray means what? The edges, it has some featherness it is showing, right? So that is the smooth soft round brush. Check the next one, hard round brush, okay? And now see, this is, it has very sharp edges, right? So when you paint pictures or any backgrounds, particularly in digital painting, we have to use these brushes, right? Next, there is a opacity and the flow is there. Here we have opacity, and this is the mode, a brush mode. Suppose on different colors background, if you use these brushes, suppose this is the red, suppose this is the red one, on that if you use this yellow color, it paints normally, but when you use the multiply, so when you use this one, see, it is multiplying the both the colors, and it is creating the new color, new stroke, right? And suppose use a lighten, and I say it is in a lighten mode now, right? And suppose here, let us check. First I'll paint the big patch, right? Keep this in a normal first, give this color here, okay, and again change this mode to a lighten and a screen suppose, and change this color yellow, or otherwise I'll take here any other color like blue, right? So see, paint this one with blue. I'm using in screen mode, right, on red surface it is creating this much, so this color. So you can use other mode, overlay. So notice it, see it is, yeah, because we are changing the modes, right? The soft light, suppose you take this soft light, okay, so depends on the mode, which mode you are choosing, it is creating, right? Now see, it is nice. And pin light, these are all different modes, right? And suppose hard mix, this is nice, brilliant, right? And the difference means just like a negative film, right? So these are all hue, divide. I'll explain about these modes, so layer modes later coming classes, because it is a very good subject. I'll explain that. For time being, keep this in a normal mode, right? So brushes generally, suppose I'll create one more layer here, I fill with some background. See, don't worry, I'll explain about layers also in coming classes. Okay, now come to our normal color, suppose red, and decrease this brush size, and in normal mode paint this one. So this is what hard brush. Beside we have opacity is there, and some other icons indicating. Always use pressure for opacity. So this and this and these are with vacuum pad, digital pen pad only these options can work, right? So generally we use vacuum pad, your digital pads for digital painting and concept arts and concept illustrators. Mostly they use vacuum pads, right? So when you connect a vacuum pad, these options can work. Otherwise with the mouse it cannot work. Normally it shows, right? Suppose here we use opacity here. What is opacity actually? Suppose this is in 100% opacity, and let us decrease this. See, this is, when you are overlapping each other, it is creating some transparency, right? So opacity is creating transparency, and the more you can decrease, the more opacity it is creating. So opacity means what? Decreasing the level of transparency, right? So when you increase this one, it is in full form. So 100% opacity here we are using, right? This is opacity. And what is a flow? We have to understand difference between opacity and flow. So now it is in flow 100%, okay? So 100% flow, and then it decreased to almost 49 or 50, whatever the number it is. Now see, you draw this one close up. So see, it has some gaps between the colors, and more you can decrease. Now we will understand. So decrease the brush size also, because now see, there is a gap. See, here you have gap. So that is what ink flow is not correct. Ink flow is not coming properly, right? Ink flow means what? It is not connecting the sufficient ink. Means ink means here color to the brush. So it is maintaining some gaps. So that is what flow. And increase full flow, and then it is giving the red color in full flow, right? So that is the difference between opacity and flow, right? As a digital artist, as a designer, as a digital painting artist, you must have to understand between these two options. And smoothing, suppose smoothing is in 0%, suppose give the 100%. So see, because it is lagging, because the smoothing is very high, the brush is in lagging, right? So give this into 0, and now it is very quickly brush is moving. Otherwise it is just like a jitteriness it is showing, right? Okay, then here let us check another option. So here I'll fill. Okay, so what is the another option here? Here we have smoothing options. Suppose when you click on the brush, when you click on the brush, suppose it is in white, and add this one. Okay, here we have some smoothing options. Okay, so here it is, now it is in disable the stroke catch up and all. So you give the smoothingness. Okay, and now see here, pull string mode, the pull string node, see it is just like it is giving the dots, right? So because the 70% is there, now give a less, see here it is giving the gaps, break like, right? And again of this one, and catch up and stroke end is giving the a feel of disconnection between the line, right? Adjust for zoom, suppose close all these things, adjust for zoom. Okay, so these are the options. So when you use smoothing, otherwise it is in a 0 na, it won't work. Okay, now this is what some angle, set the brush angle, suppose it is in 0, so give some 30% or something, some angle. So it is giving, because we are using here the normal mouse. With mouse it won't show the difference. When you connect with the vacuum pad only, so these options properly will work, right? So okay, here it is already I told you. So when you connect the vacuum pad, this works, right? So next come to the set symmetry options for painting. So what is that? Let us check. So again I'll use symmetries here. What we are doing is symmetries. Symmetries means what? See, this is the symbol, butterfly symbol, and use this one, and here choose the symmetriness. A vertical symmetries means what? The both sides equal designs we create. One side if you create, other side it automatically itself it is creating, generating, right, the duplicate as it is, right? So choose the vertical here. Suppose this is the vertical, right, and say tick mark means you are agreeing. Okay, and now one side, any side you draw here. Suppose, yeah, oh, not with the white, take any color. Okay, you draw here. So other side automatically the symmetriness, because we choose the symmetry, vertical symmetry, it is creating, right? See, beautiful this is. Okay, right. So this is one option for artists to create the equalness for the both sides, right? Then if you choose the another one, suppose it's of the visibility, and here I'll use one more layer here. Okay, all backspace, not red and white I want. So to fill the colors, background or foreground color. For the foreground I am using Alt backspace, right, to fill a white, because here it is a white. And now instead of this vertical I am using horizontal, and say okay. First we have to agree that, then choose the color, and draw this one. See this one, perfect. Okay, now it is in a vertical. And next come to another layer I am using. Okay, I'll change the option dual axis. Dual axis means the both sides axis. Suppose here you must change the color here. See, this is beautiful, right? So, nice, this is. It is a different style of design. Now see, it is beautiful, right? So again one more layer add here and change the color. Yeah, Alt backspace. Okay, and now come to other one, the diagonal. So diagonal means what? One side. Suppose here, yes, change the color again. So this is diagonally we are creating some kind of different sword. It is kind of a sword, it is. So we are easily creating by this symmetriness, right? Here we have options. So check one by one, then we'll understand. Okay, and on backspace. Now change this to wavy. It's a wavy, right? So for waviness, so I use some leaves like. Okay, and this is, and here leaves patterns we are creating, right? And then next change this to another background, and it is a circle. Suppose in circle, and again change the color for understanding purpose, and see this is. So we are creating one nice beautiful patterns. Along with we are creating some design, so pattern like, right? And then check the another one and change this to white. Change this to white and Alt backspace. Okay, and spiral. With the spiral again, suppose, yeah, white instead of white, let us change this to different color. Okay, just spiralness, right? It is on kind of a pattern. Then check to another one, and first change this to a white, because on white background it is very easy to understand with the other colors, right? This parallel. So with the parallel again change this color to blue and give the parallelness. Suppose here it is moving outside, so yeah, decrease the size because it is going outside. So it is going outside actually. The file is should be in horizontal. The file should be in horizontal, then only it shows the entire thing because it is going outside. Okay, so patterns are creating outside the document because our document should be in horizontal for this option, right, particularly. Okay, keep this aside and let us check another one on backspace. And instead of this one we create the radial. So radial symmetry, it is asking segment count, suppose 5 default we are giving, and you can create this to with any other color. Okay, so now see, it is now visually nice. This is right. So beautiful pattern we created, right? Then let us check another one. So Alt backspace and change this to mandala. So and again take the segments, suppose 5 segments, and now let us create and not white, say something this one. Okay, so it is really beautiful, right? Interesting, beautiful. This is right. So these are the options actually used, right? So after completing your work, so simply you can off the symmetry off, right? So these all options we use. Okay, so I covered the brush tool, the first brush tool very properly. Then I'll explain the other tool. Okay.